that some people may take offense to what I'm saying, and there are over 204 million Muslims who live here in India, but I believe that Islam is a cancer on the world. The biggest threat facing our country, the United States of America, and the biggest threat facing the world is Islam, the Islamic Caliphate. These people...
Laura, you're saying cancer Islam is cancer to the world. I just would want to know, and I'd like you to inform our audiences here as well. What data research informs your view that Islamic terror is the biggest threat to America? And allow me to give you just a slice of data, and it's coming from your own country. This is the University of Maryland Global Terrorism Database and the US State Department database itself. And I'm talking about the last decade, 10 years, where gun violence in your country, which is primarily white, kills 428 times more in America than terrorism. And I'm not talking about terrorism of Islamic terrorism, and all forms of terrorism.
I don't agree with their assessments, and I don't agree with their statistics, and we can't ignore it. Look, under the Obama administration and also under the Biden administration, we know that they manipulated statistics. Obama gave directives to the intel agencies and the FBI to not use the phrase Islamic terrorism because, well, his name is Barack Hussein Obama. He was very sympathetic to all of these Muslims, allowing them into the White House, allowed for Islamic immigration into our country, flooded red states with Muslim immigrants who are now committing terrible crimes, refusing to assimilate. Much of what's happening in Europe is now happening in the United States. And so I've been very critical, even under the Trump administration, of the FBI and the current DOJ and their refusal to call things acts of Islamic terror. We saw this 2 weeks ago where a terrorist, he was a naturalized citizen from Africa, walked into a bar in Austin, Texas, wearing a shirt that said "Property of Allah," and then underneath that shirt he was wearing an Iranian flag t-shirt, and he shot 15 people and he killed 3 of them. And the FBI didn't call it Islamic terrorism. They also didn't call it Islamic terrorism when an Afghani who was brought to our country by Joe Biden during the last administration opened fire on 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C., killing 1 of them. But if somebody walks into a building and they say Baruch Hashem, right? No one's going to say anything. If somebody walks into a building and they say praise Jesus, nobody's going to say anything. But I can guarantee you that if somebody walked into this room right now and they screamed Allahu Akbar, we would all hit the deck. We would all hit the deck. And it's important for our law enforcement agencies and the President of the United States, the FBI director, and all elected officials in America to speak truth about Islam. There's only one religious group. I don't even call it a religion, truly. I call it a political ideology that is focused on eradicating non-believers. And that is a threat. That is the biggest threat. Having people like that in your